Today, we're talking a little bit about the Big 12. A lot about Texas today. Texas. Maybe I like the Longhorns. Maybe I like Texas Tech. But also the Texas Rangers. We got to talk a little baseball. They are falling apart right now. They blew the lead in the 8th inning. Aroldis Chapman gives up a game-tying home run. In the 11th inning, they got a 3-1 lead. Will Smith burns down the house. He burnt down the house the day before. The Rangers are they're slipping. Houston, 1.5 games back. And your Seattle Mariners, Mr. Brian Dacus, only 2 games back. The West is the best, and it's going to be a wild one down the stretch. We're going to talk some baseball. We also got some quarterback news. Baker Mayfield. He will be the dude in Tampa. He's replacing Tom Brady. We're also going to...
Not huge shoes to fill for Baker, just a walk in the park down there in Tampa Bay.
Yeah, I think that team's not going to be very good, too. I don't know, man. Just have a feeling that it ain't going to work all out.
I like your feeling.
Yeah, and bad division. Thing is that I want to know, if you were Tampa Bay, would you rather have Jameis Winston back or Baker Mayfield?
I mean, I saw Jameis play over the weekend.
The preseason game, he looked real good. But, hey, his workout videos are real good, man. He's got the best. He's the best person to ever put in front of a microphone because you never know what's going to come out of his mouth. He's like, man, do you remember when he was talking about, I got in the huddle and I told my guys, I said I don't remember what I said, but I said we're going to win.
Classic.
It's I love this guy.
I want to say that I'd choose Jameis, but I feel like my brother will disown me if I don't say Baker because Connor loves Baker Mayfield.
Oh, really?
So I know he's very excited today.
Jake Fromm ended the Ravens.
Let me tell you something, John.
And it was only 24 wins. We were all wrong yesterday.
It was only 24, and they said it maybe a million times last night.
Yes, at least.
Jake Fromm, you'll look good in a Memphis Showboats uniform.
Hey, I will say one thing about Jake Fromm. Do you know the interesting little sidebar? Did you know that was that's the last time he's led a game-winning drive since when?
College, I'm sure.
2018 in the college football playoff against, who did Jake Fromm beat?
Oklahoma.
It was Baker Mayfield in Oklahoma. That's right. You had Baker Mayfield, Jake Fromm, Georgia, them going out. And then Georgia won their game. Alabama won their game. And Jake Fromm was right there close to getting a natty. Jalen Hurts was 3 for 8 in the first half and was awful, replaced by that kid Tua Tagovailoa in 2018 championship. All of a sudden, Tua did his thing. Alabama got the championship, and Jake Fromm is backing up in Washington. Now, he's actually the third string because Jacoby Brissett's the backup in Washington. And, of course, Sam Howell. Now, Sam Howell out of North Carolina looks extremely, extremely good. So, I mean, these things are flat out awesome. So, like I said, we got to talk a lot of college football today. It's Big 12 predictions, Texas. But we're going to do a quick thing. You want to take a quick break and come back with the Memphis Police Department here in 2 minutes? Do me a favor, people. Don't touch the dial. If you're looking for an amazing job, something that's fun, I'm going to tell you what you need to bring, where you need to go, the qualifications you need to have, and the amount of money you're going to start, and plus just all the different opportunities that there are with the Memphis Police Department. So don't you touch the dial. We're talking with the MPD on the other side. Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
We are real sports talk. Sports 56 WHBQ. Available on your radio dial at 560 AM and 98.5 FM, as well as around the world online at sports56whbq.com. Take us with you everywhere by downloading the Sports 56 app. And at home, just say, Alexa, play Sports 56. Wherever you are, stay tuned in to Real Sports Talk. Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
At Jason's Deli, when you're dining in or picking up curbside, you can expect wholesome food and no surprises, just delicious sandwiches, crisp salads, and quick quality meals made with the freshest ingredients and no artificial trans fats, MSG, high fructose corn syrup, or artificial colors and dyes. Around here, a lot of thought goes into what we put into our food and what we take out of it, because you're not just taking a bite, you're getting a taste of who we are. New items are constantly being created to expand our menu for all tastes and special diets with vegan and gluten-free options available. Convenience and on-time delivery you can count on. It's just a click away at jasonsdeli.com, so whether you need to feed 5 people or 5,000, the team at Jason's Deli, they have the credentials and the commitment to keep you satisfied. Freshness is nearby at Jason's Deli with locations at Ridgeway in the Park Place Center, Poplar and Highland, Germantown Road in Cordova, and on Goodman Road in Olive Branch. Jason's Deli. It's wholesome food and no surprises.
Memphis's oldest restaurant, Colettas, was established in 1923 to give Memphians the best Italian food possible. I'd say they got it right. They are the creators of the barbecue pizza. It was Elvis's favorite, and I know for a fact that a large will feed one person all weekend. If you need to feed several, though, Colettas caters any event. Choose from homemade lasagna, ravioli, Alfredo, primavera, and so many other delicious items you can't help but enjoy. Impress employees or clients and treat them to Colettas for lunch or dinner. Plan ahead and get your holiday party booked at Colettas. Elvis's favorite place to go eat with his buddies at the South Parkway location, and Colettas even has an Elvis room dedicated to him. Call Colettas on South Parkway at 948-7652 or Appling Road at 383-1122. Colettas. It was Elvis's favorite, and it should be yours too.
Colettas, now celebrating 100 years of Memphis' best Italian food.
The only power source capable of generating 1.21 gigawatts of electricity is a bolt of lightning.
Now, back to Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy Johnny Radio. I got Brian Dacus in the house, and you know today we're talking a lot of college football. Week 0 starts this Saturday. We kicking it off with Navy, Notre Dame, also NFL action. 24-game preseason streak by the Ravens. Snapped. Felt some pain for people. A lot of people took the Ravens on the money line in preseason football. I find that crazy. Others say, I'm trying to build my bankroll for when the NFL starts. Sam Howell, though, did his thing, and Jake Fromm come behind victory. First time he's led a come behind victory on the final drive since 2018 when he was playing with, of course, Georgia, and they were playing Baker Mayfield in Oklahoma. Baker Mayfield news today. Starting quarterback replacing Tom Brady. But now it's time to talk about how you can change your life. Opportunities that are out there. Be a part of something that's exciting. Find a career that you can start and finish your whole life. And I'm talking about joining the Memphis Police Department. First and foremost, let's introduce, we have Lieutenant Rogers and Officer Brooks. How are y'all today?
We're doing well.
Good morning.
Good morning, ladies.
Morning.
So I know we got some exciting stuff to talk about. I need to know first and foremost, we got a little expo going on. Exactly what are we talking about? When is it? And what kind of, if you're looking to start your career, what are some of the qualifications you need, and what do you need to bring? Officer Brooks.
Good morning. Yes, so we have our expo this weekend on the 26th, 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. So the qualifications to be a part of the Best in Blue is going to be 24 college hours, 2 years of military, or 2 years of work, verifiable, responsible work experience. So you must have a valid driver's license. Once you come in with your license, we'll get you processed in. get you started on your application, and get you started in the process.
All right, Officer Brooks, again, where is this?
It's going to be at 170 North Main.
117 North Main.
170.
170.
Yes.
170.
Yes.
I did that on purpose to make sure that you would tell people they're going to remember it now. 170 North Main. That could change your life. It could start your career. And now I also want to talk about, we got the event, we got the time, we got the date. Can you do me a favor, Lieutenant Rogers? You've been around for a while. You look lovely, by the way, today. Very, very young to be a lieutenant. I mean, I think working for the MPDs were going well for you. What are some of the avenues, some of the different types of jobs? What would you say to somebody who's a young person, maybe about to graduate high school, not sure if they want to go to college? And what would you say to that person who's 30 years old, kind of found that the job that they're in is not fulfilling them and they want to start something anew?
I can say the same thing for each age group. If you want to change your life and join one of the best police department in the United States, you need to go to joinmpd.com and complete your application. We have so many specialized units, dog squad, traffic, aviation. We have community-oriented programs. We have public information, the Public Information Office. There's just a ton of things that the Memphis Police Department has to offer. We have good benefits, and we just received a whopping 14% pay raise.
Hold up. So I could go in there, like right now, I could use me a little raise, if you know what I'm saying. So if I wanted to join the MPD, first and foremost, I go to joinmpd.com.
Yes.
That's where I go. I kind of get on there, put in the information that I need, make sure I have my driver's license. I head on down to 170 North Main on the 26th.
August 26th, yes.
On the 26th, by the way. That's just right around the corner.
It is.
Is that this Saturday?
It is this Saturday.
Woo! Week 0 in college football, and I can get a new gig.
Yes, and the good thing about that is if you don't get an opportunity to complete your application, you can complete it at the expo.
At the expo.
Absolutely.
So you can just show up if you just hear about this again, maybe on one of the podcasts a little bit later. You can catch on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, or at sportsmemphis.com. We're talking with the MPD. We're talking about your future. We're talking about the expo that's going on the 26th at 170 North Main Street. And again, go to joinmpd.com and find out what you can do. I like some of the things you were talking about. Now, Officer Brooks, I need to know from you. I heard her talk about there's the dog squad. So if you love animals, there's a job in the police department for you. If you're into flying, I heard, helicopters, what do we got? Is that what we're flying?
Yes.
Oh, my goodness. MPD's for you. If you want to be like a community leader, if you want to give back, if you want to help Memphis have a bright future, you can join the MPD. It seems like there's almost everything you can do within the Memphis Police Department. Again, communications major, public relations. There's something everywhere. So maybe it's not just for those 18 to 30. It could be all the way up to somebody like my age, 45,
yes,
right?
Absolutely.
However, you do
Absolutely.
have to start off with your basic training. You got to do some field work too, and that's the most fun I've ever had in my 27 years of being on the police department. Uniform patrol, yes.
Is that also like, because this is a sports show, and when you start up and you get that experience, is that kind of like basically getting to know your teammates? Getting to know the people you work for, figuring out how you do it, like how this coach is going to make sure that, you know, you're running this offense or you're this defense, how the program goes.
Yes.
That's basically the experience. How long does that go on for?
How to gel with one another, how to come together, how to communicate, how to be there for each other. So, yes, it's about 24 weeks of training in the training academy. So if you have any questions about the training, you'll have the training staff on board as well as the recruiting staff.
Now, I know everybody out there's got a question about, hey, what's the starting salary? Like,
Yes, so the starting salary is $54,611.
What?
Yes.
Starting
salary.
right
Yes.
out the gate.
Yes, right out the gate.
Also heard that y'all might, and I don't know if y'all are doing this, but let's say you're down in North Mississippi right now listening to me, and you live maybe down in Hernando. If you wanted to relocate to Memphis, do y'all help them relocate?
So we do help you relocate. You get up to a $10,000 relocation fee bonus. But the good part about it is you don't have to relocate if you live in Hernando. South
I thought you had to
Haven.
live in Memphis.
No, you can live outside of the city now. As long as you can get to work within 2 hours, you can get hired.
Oh my goodness! And like you said, the starting salary, it's a 14% raise on what it was. And did you say 54,000?
Yes, starting out as a recruit.
So man,
But
Lieutenant
once-
Rogers and Officer Brooks, you got my head spinning.
But once you graduate, of course, you get a bumper raise. So every 2 years, you get a raise.
Oh,
And you top
sweet.
out at 5 years at $73,000.
Nice. That is
But-
extremely impressive.
But the good part about it is if you have an associate's degree, you get a 5%. If you have a bachelor's degree, you get 7.5%.
What about a master's?
You get 10%. So your salary get boosted up with those
Dacus, go
percentages.
draft my
Yes.
2 weeks notice.
I might have to. I'll start working on
I
it.
think I'm heading to the expo at 170 North Main. That's right. This is, by the way, the 26 week zero. So all you people out there who are thinking about college football, head on down there, check it out, and then go home the rest of the day and tell your whole family about how you're about to start your future with the Memphis Police Department. And again, y'all talk about the best and the brightest. But working within, I guess, like a family, is that also somewhat like what it's like to be a part of the Memphis? I mean, is it a big fraternity? It's a big brotherhood?
It is.
Yes.
It's a brother and sisterhood. So we also looking for
Thank you.
looking for women.
Oh, and by the way, I'm talking to two amazing women.
We looking for women. We looking for at least. We trying our goal is to get at least 30% on the department.
Dude, what's the average right now?
Right now we at 20%.
20%?
20%.
Little 10% increase. I think this is easy to do. This is Memphis, man.
We have a lot of women that be afraid to be a part of this career, but it's nothing to be afraid of. We train you. We teach you what you need to know. So we are reaching out for
26
women as well.
weeks.
Yes, 24 weeks.
24 weeks of
24
training.
weeks of training. Yes.
Yeah, you can learn a lot in 24 weeks.
Absolutely.
That is amazing. Now, the other thing I want to ask you is how long, because a lot of people out there probably are wondering, like, say, again, and I'm very fascinated with being a young person. And I have 2 daughters. My oldest is done with college. My youngest is a cheerleader at Ole Miss. And I know how expensive college is. Trust me, it's painful. A lot of people out there aren't getting the return on their investment. But like you said, you can go and get your bachelor's degree, your associate's degree, or you can start out immediately and start your career. And I mean, by the time you're 30 years old, you've got 10 years already behind you. By the time you're 40, you put in 20. 50, you got 30 years in the department. That's got to be, I mean, you like you said, you would continue to move up. And this is something that you can start and finish as a Memphis Police Department. Like, it's not just like, hey, I'm going to go work a job, hope things work out. I mean, like you said, you're joining, it's a career.
It is. So we have this position called Police Service Technician for those who've 18 that haven't reached the age of 21 yet. So that's a good career for those. What they do is they do our traffic crashes, events, and everything like that. So they drive the white vehicles with the yellow bar at the top. It's a good career to start out as a PST. I started out as a PST as well. It's a
Nice.
fun feel. It gets you prepared. And
It gets you basically understanding exactly how everything
exactly.
works.
Yes. It gives you a heads up as well, a jump of the recruits that's inside the academy.
Now, Lieutenant Rogers, a lot of people out there who love sports are also go-getters. They want to move up through the, if they want to join something, they're like, I'm going to do this. This is my goal. I'm looking out, 10 years from now. What would you say to a young person? What is a realistic goal, or for those who really want to achieve, what could they achieve in 10 years with the Memphis Police?
In 10 years, you could easily be a major. We were talking about education. You get the annual benefits of having an associate's degree is $3,000. That's for bachelor's and individual courses as well. Your master's degree is $3,000. Your doctorate is also $3,000. And any kind of certificates or certifications, that's going to be $2,000. So the higher you move up, when you complete your resume, you've got all of this education on there that kind of puts you ahead of the game as well. So we're on the track, we're promoting every 2 years, and it's really beneficial.
Also, I want to ask, and bring up something there's also, I'm sure there's people who sit on the fence for this one reason, like very simply. Some people are just like they said, I mean, I hate saying this, but remember we had like a little issue where people weren't loving cops the way they used to a little bit. And I feel like it might have turned some young people off because everybody wants to be loved. You know what I mean? They want to be liked and appreciated. How are you feeling? Like, how do you feel like you're getting the respect from the community that you need? And are these something that young people need to say, hey, look, I'm here to make my community better. And I know I can do this through the Memphis Police Department.
I absolutely do feel a lot of love. We all feel a lot of love from the citizens. We feel the love and the support. We do a lot of community events. We're all over Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Things happen. This is what I would say, yes, to someone who is apprehensive. If you want to be loved, that means you want to love somebody. So you need to take that love and
give it to your community.
Give it to your community, absolutely.
And I can't tell y'all how much I appreciate y'all coming in here today. I appreciate everything that y'all do. Thank you so much. And again, the Expo 170 North Main Street. What time?
11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Free
on
parking.
The 26th, correct?
Correct.
We'll
With free parking.
Remember, week 0 of college football, but you get in there in the morning, you can start your career and have a beautiful future in a wonderful city. Thank y'all so much. And again, don't forget, go to joinmpd.com right now. We're going to take a quick commercial break. David Cobb from CBSSports.com. He is next. Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
Join the voice of the Tigers, Dave Woloshin, for Wolo and Friends. Weekday mornings from 10 to 11 here on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
Homer Skelton Hyundai Genesis in Olive Branch has an offer you can't refuse. They will pay you to do business with them if you want luxury. And I'm talking the Genesis G70 car. If you would love to have that kind of new technology, they will give you a $1,000 rebate when you finance with Genesis Motor Finance. In other words, they'll pay you $1,000 to do business with them, and you get brand new luxury. You can't beat it. That's Homer Skelton Hyundai Genesis, right at the corner of Craft Road and Highway 78 in Olive Branch. Homer Skelton Hyundai Genesis in Olive Branch, where customer retention is amazing. There's a reason. They take care of you with a team that's been together for a long time. Whether it's finance or whether it's service, you can't beat them. Homer Skelton Hyundai Genesis.
Wendy's new breakfast 2 for $3 Biggie Bundles let you create your own delicious combo. Choose from a sausage biscuit, egg and cheese biscuit, small seasoned potatoes, and a medium hot coffee. But it's obvious which combo's the best. Sausage biscuit and small seasoned potatoes. Well, maybe it's the fresh cracked egg and cheese biscuit with a medium hot coffee. Or 2 savory sausage biscuits. Whichever you pick, you can't go wrong. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's new 2 for $3 Biggie Bundles.
Limited time only. U.S. price and participation may vary. Not valid in a combo. Single item at regular price.
There's only one place for great steaks, real Italian cuisine, Southern-style meats, and fresh vegetables. It's Fratello's. Fratello's Italian Steakhouse in Hernando has a family feel and a fantastic menu. Voted DeSoto's best new restaurant in 2022, Fratello's has your favorite cuts of prime steak, lamb, and pork, along with delicious Italian dishes. And nothing is better for lunch than Southern-style meats and veggies. All your favorites and more are waiting for you at Fratello's Italian Steakhouse, Highway 51 in Hernando.
At Jason's Deli, when you're dining in or picking up curbside, you can expect wholesome food and no surprises, just delicious sandwiches, crisp salads, and quick quality meals made with the freshest ingredients and no artificial trans fats, MSG, high fructose corn syrup, or artificial colors and dyes. Around here, a lot of thought goes into what we put into our food and what we take out of it, because you're not just taking a bite, you're getting a taste of who we are. New items are constantly being created to expand our menu for all tastes and special diets with vegan and gluten-free options available. Convenience and on-time delivery you can count on. It's just a click away at jasonsdeli.com, so whether you need to feed 5 people or 5,000, the team at Jason's Deli, they have the credentials and the commitment to keep you satisfied. Freshness is nearby at Jason's Deli with locations at Ridgeway in the Park Place Center, Poplar and Highland, Germantown Road in Cordova, and on Goodman Road in Olive Branch. Jason's Deli. It's wholesome food and no surprises. I'm with John Burgos from the world-famous Rendezvous in the Alley since 1948.
Brett, we have catered parties all over this country and all over the world, from Singapore, Australia to Central Park in New York, but many people don't realize how much we do locally. For holiday events, office parties, tailgating, birthday parties, you can't do better than the Rendezvous. For example, you can get a cheese and sausage tray for 15 to 300 people for $3.75 a person. You can even build your own nacho bar for $10.50 per person. All you need is a minimum of 15 people. In many cases, we can arrange delivery and full-service catering. We've even made it easy to get to-go items. You can just park at our front door in the alley, put on your flashes, and we'll get you going ASAP. For all your catering items and prices, go to hogsfly.com, click on menu, and drop down to catering.
Thank you, John. The Rendezvous, Mr. Charlie Burgos' Rendezvous in the Alley since 1948 and celebrating its 75th year.
All the wisdom of the universe is in these bones.
Now back to Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy Johnny Radio. Brian Dake is on the other side. We're about to talk with David Cobb from CBSSports.com, man. We're going to talk a little college football. Week 0 starts this Saturday. I am so fired up. But I'll tell you one thing. David Cobb is living a really good life. One, he's an excellent reporter for CBSSports.com. I mean,
fantastic guest of our station.
Great guest
Love
of the
talking
station.
to David every week.
Just a super overall great guy. And right now he's living in Cali.
Now, he did have to deal with the B team yesterday. It was me and Jay Morgan, so it was probably didn't get asked the best questions.
No,
but
I'm sure he had a good time. But the thing is like, I know he's living in California. There's a lot of interesting things. Oh, damn, wait, right now. It's been flooding like a maniac. Did you see Dodger Stadium? I hope David.
I don't know if that picture is real or not. Maybe David will know.
I don't know. We'll find out. That shark is not real, by the way.
The shark 100%
was
not real.
Okay? But the reason I bring that up because I was thinking to myself, he's living the life out in California until like this whole rain situation. But there's one thing that I feel like he misses. Central Barbecue, where smoke is their sauce. Central Barbecue, the thing we can do, though, we can ship David Cobb some barbecue. Go to eatcbq.com. You can ship that barbecue anywhere in the world. I should ship him some ribs, maybe some shoulder. Don't forget their smoked chicken. They got the best sides. You can get turnip greens, mac and cheese. Their barbecue nachos, they're straight fire. Their wings. Everything at Central Barbecue is out of control, delicious. They got now 5 locations because they're down at Silo Square over in South Haven. So if you're in North Mississippi, Central Barbecue has you covered. If you're downtown, you're covered. If you're on Central, if you're over there on Summer, don't forget out east on Poplar. Central Barbecue, best barbecue in Memphis, means it's the best barbecue in the world. And smoke is their sauce. DC, what up, homie?
Oh, man, not much. Yeah, I survived the hurricane out here because there was
Hurricane?
That's right. There was an earthquake.
Hold on. You had y'all had an earthquake and a hurricane?
I forgot about that.
So I'm out here in Orange County, right?
Dude,
and
football
so
season has me completely lost with world events right now. I just now realized.
Which is totally acceptable. I would be too if I weren't out here where Hurricane Hillary arrived. Not all that scary, right? Like they just freaked out about it because they're not used to it even raining in California. So, it's a lot of rain basically. And then I start feeling like I'm on the phone, and I start feeling like either my dog came up behind me and was like pawing at me, or like then I looked at like, did my wife just like come up behind me and like shake my chair? Like, what is there a ghost in here? Like, what's going on? And then I kid you not, like 30 seconds later, somebody texted me and was like, "Oh, heard y'all had an earthquake too," and I was like, "Oh my gosh, I just felt an earthquake." So. Anyway, yeah, it's crazy times out here, and there is no Central Barbecue. So, I mean, that's just added to the angst. Hurricane, earthquake, and no Central Barbecue. Boy, I'm kind of ready to get back to Tennessee, man.
David, have you encountered any ghosts before this instance over the weekend that made you think that it might have been a ghost?
That is interesting, Brian. It's true. They might just try to tell us that it's an earthquake
Oh, good
to
call.
distract from
Yeah.
the fact that ghosts are appearing out here. That's something I've not thought of, but we should circulate that theory on social media.
By the way,
I'll do it. I'll get
I will
started.
say this should be a crime. If you have a state that's got legal recreational marijuana and you don't have Central Barbecue, that right there
Or
is
ghosts.
a crime.
Yes, so I do think that the legalization of recreational marijuana contributes to the ghost sighting, and also creates a market for barbecue that is totally untapped out here. I mean,
John, I think we found something. We need to go out to California.
Yeah, get out here. I mean, now getting real estate to open a barbecue restaurant, like, that's tough. The taxes are high out here.
Yeah, it'd be
like, being a
crazy.
business owner has some challenges. But I'm telling you, there is a void in the market for good barbecue in Southern California.
I'll tell you one thing. You know all those skinny blondes that are running up and down the, like Palos Verdes and everything? They'd all of a sudden have a lot of junk in that trunk if we moved on out there.
Yeah, that's true. The people out here are very health conscious. So, they don't know what they're missing. That's the problem. Is like they don't even have the opportunity to reject good barbecue because it's not available to them. So I feel like we could really get a foothold in the market if we brought barbecue to Southern California.
Ooh, man, you got me hungry, and it's almost lunchtime right here in Memphis. By the way, what is it, like 9:30 or something out there? What time is it?
Yeah, it's 9:30. So it's funny. I got a text earlier from like a radio producer in Charlotte, and he's like wanting me to come on his show tomorrow, and he's like, yeah, we got 8:15, 8:30, and 8:45
No, thank
available. And I'm like, yeah, that's 5:15, 5:30, and 5:45. So I'm all right, but thank you.
Dude, be like, man, no, yeah, that is exactly what you say. I'm good. By the way, Michigan says they're good with Harbaugh missing the first 3 games. They did a little self-imposed 3-game ban. I don't know why. I mean, I almost feel like Harbaugh does this year. If he wins it all, he's happy. If they get to the college football playoff and lose, he'll still be happy. I feel like eventually he's going to leave and go to the NFL because he just hates the NCAA so much and hates the way things are going. What do you think about Michigan and the self-imposed 3-game ban?
Yeah, I mean, it tells me they're afraid of Rutgers, right? Because before it was a 4-game ban, and the 4th game was going to be Rutgers, and then that fell through with the NCAA, and Michigan's like, okay, well, we will do a self-imposed 3-game ban, but we got to have him back for that 4th game against mighty Rutgers, right? At home, you definitely couldn't beat Rutgers at home without Jim Harbaugh. So I don't know. It's a strange situation that I think contributes probably to what you're speaking to about Jim Harbaugh's wandering eye and desire to get back to the NFL because he's got to deal with all these shenanigans in college football still. I mean, it's hard in today's era with the rules as relaxed as they are and with the NCAA as neutered as it is to like actually run afoul with them to the extent that you could get a serious suspension. And, that's the situation that Harbaugh's in. So, I mean, I think if he sticks it out, the rules have changed so much now, and NIL and everything to where a lot of things that would have gotten you a show cause 3, 5, 10 years ago are going to be okay now. But anyway, yeah, it's a silly saga, and it doesn't really change, in my opinion, at all what Michigan's going to do this year because I think they're going to be fine against East Carolina, UNLV, and Bowling Green, even without Jim Harbaugh. And they could certainly beat Rutgers without him too, but he'll be back for that one, which means he'll coach every Big Ten game that Michigan plays this season.
Man, outside of Michigan, are you more scared? Like, who are you the most scared of coming out of the Big Ten? Or not, who's the scariest team out after Michigan in the Big Ten? Is it Penn State?
You can make the case. That Big Ten East is the final year of it, right, before the additions come from the West Coast and the conference gets shaken up. But that Big Ten East, I think, is more difficult at the top this year than the SEC West because you look at the SEC West, which we historically, regard as the best division in college football. It's about to go away too, but LSU and Alabama, that's a pretty good 1-2 punch, but there's a pretty significant drop-off before you get to 3 in the SEC West. Well, in the Big Ten East, it's pick your order. Michigan, Ohio State, and Penn State is right there. So you could absolutely argue Penn State being the second best team in the Big Ten. I'm not quite there. I think it's still Ohio State until proven otherwise, and I have to go that route because of James Franklin's poor record against Michigan and Ohio State. But he's got a team this year that if Drew Aller hits at quarterback for the Nittany Lions,
he got
they
a squad.
could finally break through. They could, yeah. I think that's a good hunch and a team to watch for sure.
You know, just one other thing in the Big Ten. I was talking a little football last week, NFL style, and I was talking about C.J. Stroud and his success. Now, he's looked good in the preseason and everything, but I was like, man, you know, C.J. Stroud was very good in college. That last game against Georgia, he was phenomenal. Just, you know, things happen. Georgia's crazy. That was a crazy good comeback by Georgia. But he just never got, you know, like he didn't beat Michigan either year behind there. And I was just kind of making the argument, I don't know, even in him moving to the NFL, if he will have a group of like better wide receivers ever to throw to than the 2 seasons that he had at Ohio State. I mean, Jackson Smith and Jigba, Garrett Wilson, Rookie of the Year last year, Chris Olave, Marvin Harrison Jr. I mean, that's ridiculous, is it not?
Yeah, no kidding. I mean, and Ohio State just keeps reloading there. I had to submit my ballot today for our national predictions, and for Heisman Trophy winner, I put Marvin Harrison Jr. I think he is the best player in college football. I think he wins the Heisman this year. The fact that, Stroud had those weapons at his disposal, yet Ohio State couldn't break through. That's shocking. But one reason why I'm high on Ohio State still, despite the fact that they lose Stroud, despite the fact that they lose, some other key offensive linemen, is the defense, I think, is going to take another big step. You got to remember, last year was their first year under Jim Knowles as defensive coordinator, who they brought in from Oklahoma State. And there were some pretty immediate dividends in terms of their defense taking significant strides in year one under Jim Knowles. And now they got a lot of playmakers back on that unit in year two in his system. I think that we're going to see the Ohio State defense make another big step here, and that will more than account for whatever drop-off there is, amid this quarterback transition.
All right, you got to help me out. I mean, you can help me out, Dacus, with this. You don't have to do it, but last wide receiver to win a Heisman, I remember Tim Brown, Desmond Howard.
Devontae Smith did it. Just
Devontae Smith from Alabama. Man, I couldn't even think about it. I forgot about Devontae. How did I forget him? Oh, man.
COVID year, wasn't it?
Was it 2018 or 19?
Oh, that was COVID year.
No, 2020. Unbelievable. Devontae Smith. Yeah, I should have known that, man. Talk about a dude who landed pretty good. Jalen Hurts has A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith. That's pretty nasty. That is pretty nasty. Now, I got to know, ACC, we did yesterday. We broke it down. Who you got coming out on top? Is it Florida State or Clemson?
Yeah, I'm going Clemson still. Florida State is there. Like, they're legit. They're a 10-win team, I think, but I can't quite get over the hump of putting them ahead of Clemson. Clemson still dominates the ACC, even though they're not quite as elite on the national level as they were 5-6 years ago. But I think Clemson gets it right offensively this year with the coordinator they brought in, Garrett Riley from TCU. So, especially considering that Florida State plays at Clemson in the regular season, I give the edge to Clemson still.
Cade Klubnik, man, going to have that year. I like it. I will say one thing, though, man. The fact that, Clemson, I don't know, man. Clemson having that game against Florida State at home, I feel like that's the thing that gets Clemson that dub in late September. But we'll see.
Yeah, and Clemson doesn't have a brutal non-conference game like Florida State
LSU,
does.
yeah. Florida
Right.
State and
Yeah,
LSU is a tough one.
Yeah, in years past, we've seen Clemson open with Georgia. And this year they don't have that type of game. So I think it actually sets up favorably for Clemson to make it back to the playoff. As crazy as that may sound, right? Like, we've kind of already said the obituary for Dabo Swinney's dynasty, and I still think there are changes he's got to make if Clemson's going to be a national title contender every year. But this roster that he's got is good enough to win the ACC. Outside of Clemson and Florida State, the Chase Pack to me feels a little weaker this year than it has been in years past, when Pitt's been really, really good and Wake Forest had Sam Hartman, and it seemed like North Carolina was on the way up, and those teams are still solid. They're still bowl teams. They could still win 8 or 9 games apiece. But Miami, another one. Sorry, Jay Morgan, wherever you are. Like, everybody wants the U to be back, but I just don't think Mario Cristobal is a good football coach. So, to me, it just feels like a default fallback. Clemson is the ACC top dog until proven otherwise.
Man, I know you're going to laugh. You might laugh when I say this. I think Louisville has a better future right now than Miami, even though Ruiz has tons of money.
No, I love it. I love that, actually. Jeff Brom, going back to his alma mater, bringing a quarterback with him, and Jack Plummer, who knows the system. And Louisville's got a pretty favorable schedule. There's a reason why they are climbing the odds charts around the country.
Now, also got to bring up the Big 12, man, because today I'm going to talk a little Big 12. Is it all Texas, 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 Texas? And I'm talking about Texas. I'm talking about TCU, maybe Texas Tech. Are those the 3 teams vying for that top spot in what I think is a very deep Big 12? Or could Dylan Gabriel in Oklahoma, maybe Oklahoma State or Kansas State sneak up and win that conference?
That's right. You see, you just named over half the league, which is what makes the Big 12.
Well, I mean, it's a crapshoot for the top 6. I went back and forth. I couldn't decide who was going to win the damn thing.
Well, I know, and that's the allure of the Big 12 versus the SEC or the Big 10, where it's like, all right, well, Georgia or LSU, we already know, and then it's like in the Big 10, it's like Michigan or Ohio State, we already know. Well, in the Big 12. Yeah, you don't. I mean, Texas wins the ballot in terms of preseason media predictions, but Texas has been the most talented team in the Big 12 more often than not over the last 15 years, and hasn't won the league. So it's by no means a given that Texas waltzes out of here with a Big 12 title on their way to the SEC. Yeah, they're the most talented team. Sure, Quinn Ewers might win a Heisman or be in the running, but the reality is that there's been a talent discrepancy there for a while, and the Longhorns haven't delivered. They went 8-5 last year, and now all of a sudden we're supposed to just magically believe they're going 12-1, right? Because the team talent composite is really high. It has been for the last 15 years, and it doesn't matter. So I'm actually going Oklahoma to win the Big 12. I mean, say what you will about last season, it was a rough start for Brent Venables, but they lost 6 games by 1 score or less. They were 0-6 in one possession games in year 1 under a new regime, after Lincoln Riley took the Heisman Trophy winner with him to Southern California. So I think Oklahoma gets back on its feet faster than people realize this year, and makes it to the Big 12 championship game. And once they're there, it'll depend on the matchup, but I've got them winning that game.
Man, and think about it. Go all the way back to 2015. They've only had 2 10-win seasons, Texas, since 2015. So, yeah, they need to get things going in the right direction. It's kind of hard to pull your trigger, and they did lose Bijan Robinson. The one thing I can say about Texas, they got basically everybody back on that offense other than Bijan. And that defense, which I thought was very average, but it was second in the Big 10 in scoring defense and overall defense. I mean, in the Big 12.
No, you're right. I mean, look, there's no reason why Texas shouldn't win the Big 12.
Correct.
Except for the fact that it's Texas.
That's exactly what I was going to say. Until you see them actually do it, it is so hard. Like, I could see Texas Tech this year pulling that bad boy. Heck, Texas and Texas Tech play the last game of the year. I could see them playing that game, and both of them go back to the championship game and have to play each other a week later.
It's on the table. So, and this is the year to break through if you're Steve Sarkisian, because life's about to get a whole lot harder. And look,
yeah, this is year 3 for him, isn't it?
It is, and his record is pretty horrendous. So, and life's about to get harder. I think that Week 2 game at Alabama, Texas at Alabama, I actually think Texas could win that game and then go on and lose 2 Big 12 games. Like that, how Texas would that be? They beat Alabama. So everybody says they're back. They jumped to number 1 in the AP poll, or at least in the top 3. And then 3 weeks later they lose against Baylor or something like that. I mean, that would be the ultimate sort of Texas story here, and I could see that happening. I mean, we don't know kind of where Alabama's at in a lot of ways. We know what Texas has coming back, and that could be a spot where the college football world gets turned on its head in Week 2, And, but even if that happens, I still just don't trust Texas to run the table. I just still feel like they've got a target on their back. They got to play 4 in-state Big 12 opponents this year. You don't think those guys like Houston and
it's the last shot
Denver,
that they have to go at Texas, to go out there and get them on the way out. Yeah.
Yeah, TCU, Texas Tech. So those guys, man, they got one shot left at the Longhorns, because I don't think you're going to see Texas going out of its way to set up non-conference games against TCU and Texas Tech and those teams. This is their last chance, and that's going to make life really difficult on Texas this season.
One other thing about the Big 12, I was looking at Cincinnati and Houston, and I'm struggling to see how they get to a bowl game this year.
Cincinnati in particular, yeah, they are undergoing a massive transition. Not only are they going from the AAC to the Big 12, but they're going from Luke Fickell to Scott Satterfield, which is a pretty significant downgrade in coach. And Satterfield proven to be an okay coach, but Luke Fickell's one of the most well-respected and best in business. Now you jump up a league in a year where you lose a ton of production. Cincinnati is, if they make a bowl, that would be, I think, a wonderful coaching job by Satterfield, and I just don't see it happening.
One other thing, I wanted to get some Pac-12. We'll do it again next Tuesday. We'll jump all up in the Pac-12. I think the swan song for the Pac-12 is going to be their best season in a long time. The more I look at Washington, the more I like them to win it. Who did you pick?
Going Utah.
Whoa, going with Cam Rising and the coach that just continues to do it?
Exactly right. They've been doubted before. I think they're getting doubted again because the other quarterbacks in the league are more exciting, because some of the other coaches in the conference are flashier. Kyle Whittingham and Utah, man, they're proven, tried and true, and they're more physical than anybody else in the league. And in a finesse conference, they are a little bit of oil mixed with water, and that makes them really hard to deal with, because you're in for a drag-out, knockdown fight with Utah. And here's the thing. Cam Rising and their star tight end might not even play in Week 1 against Florida. There's a chance that Utah starts 0-2, Florida and Baylor, and then goes on and wins the Pac-12. That's kind of been their MO. They struggle early, and then they get it figured out, and you look up and they're playing in the Rose Bowl. And I feel like that's a very likely scenario again this season.
I will say one thing that kind of gave me a little, cause for pause. I love the early the schedule for Washington. That Washington offense, I think, is going to be the best in the Pac this year. I think it's going to be better than Caleb Williams and Lincoln Riley at USC. They got the receivers. They got the quarterback. I think they're nasty, but, man, they got back-to-back. They got to go to USC on November 4th, and then they come home to play Utah, and it will be an extremely physical game. So the very end of their schedule doesn't do them any favors. Did you at least have Washington second, or did you have them farther down?
No, I had them a little bit further down. I actually had to submit, who I thought might be overrated.
And it was Washington?
It is. We're at odds here on this one. Prove me wrong, right? But the stretch of schedule that you highlighted is what makes the difference for me, because Washington did not have to play USC or Utah last season. Now they play them both this year, back-to-back weeks. That's tough. And then you also consider the fact that the rest of the league has now seen Kalen DeBoer's system, and they've seen Michael Penix, and they've seen these receivers. So that, to me, can make things a little bit more difficult the second time around. It's like, the second or third time you see a pitcher going through the batting order. You know what his stuff is, and it's more second nature to respond to it. So, I mean, that's my hang-up on Washington. But, heck, you could say the same thing for USC and Oregon. I mean, second-year coaches, transfer quarterbacks there who are absolute stars. It'll be the second time they're going through the league as well. So Washington's not unique maybe in that setup, but they are, I think, a little bit unique in the fact that their schedule is a decent amount more difficult this season than it was last.
They got some dudes that can pull the trigger. Who do you think the top 4 quarterbacks are out there in the Pac?
I mean, you got to go Caleb Williams, I think, starting off. And I'll go Penix, Michael Penix. I'll put him over Bo Nix. I don't have any problem doing that. So I'd go Caleb Williams, Michael Penix. And then I think I'd even go Cam Rising.
Number 3.
Yeah, and Bo Nix 4, who, man, they have started putting up Heisman billboards for my man Bo Nix in New York City and Dallas and all over. And, I think that's a bridge too far. I've seen enough Bo Nix over the years to have my doubts about his Heisman candidacy, but, he's still hanging around there. And then shoot, don't forget DJU.
That's right.
Going to Oregon State and going to be the starting quarterback for a 10-win team. So he's one to watch too. He's got to make some major strides to crack that top 3 or 4 in the league, but he's got the potential to do it for sure.
David Cobb is tearing things up. What you working on over at CBSSports.com this week?
Well, all of our conference predictions are coming out day by day. So we've seen AAC, ACC. Now the rest of the power conferences will be rolling out over the week. So lots to dive into there with week 0 now just a few weeks away, or a few days away, excuse me.
Yeah, I can't wait, man. This Saturday is going to be awesome. You got any gambling advice for me?
I haven't even really dived into
you hadn't looked at the lines yet? Oh man.
No, I'm still looking at team total stuff at this point for season win totals and whatnot. So that's been where my focus is. But yeah, once week 1 gets here, then I'll be a little more in tune with the lines. But week 0 just doesn't quite do it for me.
Man, there's some crazy ones out there. Like right now, Notre Dame's a 20.5-point favorite over Navy. You have Vanderbilt, who's a 17.5. You got the Hook point favorite over Hawaii. USC, you got to lay 31.5 points against San Jose State. There's some crazy lines out there, man. But dadgum, college football is almost back. I'm pretty fired up. And you did say you picked a wide receiver. Who'd you pick? Winning it, Marvin Harrison Jr.
Harrison Jr. Man, yeah, out of Ohio State. He's going to catch 100 balls and 20 touchdowns this year. Mark it down,
dude. I wonder what the odds are on that one. I might have to go check that out because that's the quarterback award. Get a non-quarterback in there. I bet you get some crazy good odds.
Yeah, you probably could get him at 15-1 or better if I had to guess.
I like it. Hey, David, be blessed. I hope you hope things dry out there in California, and we'll ship you some Central Barbecue. All right, send me your address.
I love it. Thanks, man.
That is my buddy, David Cobb. Follow him on Twitter at David W. Cobb. Listen to him right here every single Tuesday. And don't forget, check him out on Mondays with Brian Dacus and Brett Norsworthy. What time is that, 4 o'clock?
4 o'clock.
Look at that, dude. Check out the big brain on Brad. And also, I wanted to remind you, don't you want to look good? Don't you want to feel good? If you want to look good and you want to feel good, man, September 2nd, Ole Miss and Mercer, you want to go down to the Grove and you want to look good. Do you want to know why you want to look good when you go down to Ole Miss? This is the truth. I'm in the Virgin Islands last year. Yeah, was it last year? Yeah, last year. I'm chilling in the Virgin Islands, partying it up. I'm sitting at the bar on the beach, grabbing a little cocktail, and this other couple's like, hey, where y'all from? And we're like, oh, Memphis, Tennessee. And this dude just looks over at me and goes, man, you ever been to Oxford? And I was like, man, have I ever been to Oxford, please? And he's like, best looking women in the whole entire world. And I was like, bro, I agree. That's why I always go to Frontier Western Store at 5880 Goodman Road down in Olive Branch, because I want to look good. And you know where all those fine ladies shop? 5880 Goodman Road down in Olive Branch at Frontier Western Store. Why? Because they have a men's department, they have a ladies' boutique, they have a children's department, and they can dress you from head to toe in all the fashions. Get ready to look good. Head down to Frontier Western Store. Shop online at frontierwesternstore.com. On the other side, we've got Hardenwood, we got MLB baseball, and we got a little football news. Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
Broadcasting from the Family Leisure Studio, we are Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
A new era in public safety begins with you. Be the change you want to see. Join us for the Memphis Police Department Hiring Expo, Saturday, August 26, 2023, from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. at 170 North Main Street downtown. We'll be taking applications, performing basic testing, and interviewing candidates on site. Free parking will be located at Poplar Avenue and Front Street. Salary starting at $60,700. Benefits include a $15,000 sign-on bonus, up to $10,000 relocation assistance. For more information or details, visit joinmpd.com.
Make this the summer sales event is still going strong at Gossett Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram Fiat on the Pike. Get ready to ride in your new 2023 Dodge Charger SXT. We Gossett $29,990 or $425 a month. Got some hauling to do? We Gossett covered in 2023 Ram 1500 Quad Cab Tradesman 4x4, $39,990 or $579 a month. Or how about some employee pricing from Gossett on all Jeep Gladiators? 2023 Jeep Gladiator Sport 4x4
4x4 now just $6.69 a month. And if we don't have it, Gossett can order it today. So drive past the rest and come to the best at Gossett on the Pike or shop online at GossettMotorCars.net.
If you want it, we got it at Gossett Motor Cars.
All 3500 down, Charger PH 508-657, MSRP 35930, Ram PN 671-333, MSRP 48390, Jeep PL 561602, MSRP 54655. Must finance through Chrysler Capital. Includes all rebates and incentives. PF 695 excludes tax and license with approved credit. See dealer for complete details. Offer valid through end of the month. Dealer stock only.
Right now at Wendy's, when you buy either a Dave's Single, Spicy Chicken Sandwich, Medium Frosty, or 10-piece nuggets, you can get another for just $1. Your dollar never tasted so good. So it's obvious what everyone will get, right?
Definitely nugs
Spicy
and
chicken
a Frosty.
sandwich,
Dave's Single and a Frosty for me.
and a Frosty.
Okay, who said Frosty and a Frosty? Pick your obvious choice. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's, buy one, get one for $1.
Limited time only. Price of participation may vary. U.S. Wendy's, valid for item of equal or lesser value. Cannot be combined in a combo or any other offer.
Your favorite Italian pasta company in Delhi, Lucchese's, now ships. For over 25 years, Memphis has trusted Lucchese's to feed their loved ones, and now they've crafted 3 great comfort food meals that can be shipped across the country to your friends and family. Enjoy lasagna, ravioli, spaghetti, Italian spinach, and delicious sauces with no MSG, no preservatives, and no artificial colors. All you need to do is go to Lucchese's.com to place your order or call 901-766-9922.
Hewlett & Dunn Boot and Clothing Company, we have it all. From handmade Amish leather belts, fine and casual clothing, boots, casual boots, work boots, fancy boots, and even safety-toed boots. Lots of cowboy hats to choose from, even Nebo lights, good-looking duck head dress shirts, duck head caps, shorts, and pants. Tons of jeans from Ariat, Wrangler, Devil Dog, and Kimes Ranch jeans. At Hewlett & Dunn, we have a great selection of Old South t-shirts and caps. Fine clothing from dress to casual to Sunday best. Enjoy choosing from UFO's orthopedic approved shoes. Hewlett & Dunn Boot and Clothing Company. Boots of every size, every color, every skin. Great quality Western, work, and safety toe boots. Hewlett & Dunn Boots and Clothing Company. 111 North Center Street, Collierville. Hewlett & Dunn. Hewlett & Dunn, serving you and your family since 1961.
Gas, groceries, utilities, you name it, the price of everything is going up, and if you're stuck in a bad timeshare with rising maintenance fees, the financial burden can be crushing. It is time to get your finances in order and get the real facts about that timeshare that you are stuck in and your options to get rid of it. Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, has been helping families out of horrible timeshares for over 10 years and has put together a complete timeshare exit information kit that he will send you absolutely free. To date, over 30,000 families have trusted Wesley Financial Group to help them out of financial hardship by getting them out of bad timeshares. Get the facts about how the timeshare industry works and your options for cancellation. Simply call Wesley now for your free timeshare exit kit and see how you can become timeshare free. Call 800-462-3333. That's 800-462-3333. Once again, 800-462-3333.
Hey folks, Ryan McElroy here with Sunrise Buick GMC. I know the temps are going up, but the prices are dropping here at the Sunrise Super Summer Sale. Huge selection of new and used cars, trucks, and SUVs. Discounts up to $6,500 and a $12 million used car inventory. If you're not 100% happy with your car, don't pay another penny on it. Top dollar for trade-ins, or we'll just buy it from you. Bad credit, slow pay, bankruptcy, it's okay at Sunrise. Call, click, or come on in to any of the 3 Sunrise locations here in town. Covenant Pike, Wolf Chase, or Carnival, come check us out at sunrisememphis.com. We make it fun to buy a car.
Right now at Wendy's, when you buy either a Dave's Single, Spicy Chicken Sandwich, Medium Frosty, or 10-piece nuggets, you can get another for just $1. Your dollar never tasted so good. So it's obvious what everyone will get, right?
Definitely nugs
Spicy
and
chicken
a Frosty.
sandwich,
Dave's Single and a Frosty for me.
and a Frosty.
Okay, who said Frosty and a Frosty? Pick your obvious choice. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's, buy one, get one for $1.
Limited time only. Price of participation may vary. U.S. Wendy's, valid for item of equal or lesser value. Cannot be combined in a combo or any other offer.
We are Sports 56, WHBQ Memphis, and W253DF Memphis. Flynn Broadcasting Stations.
That's one of those things. When things get too heavy, just call me helium.
Now, back to Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. This hour is brought to you by Tito's Vodka. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy Johnny Radio. My goodness, Bryant Dacus is with me. I was just sent this, and I have not got into it. Maybe Dacus can help me out. But it says that Tennessee Titans cornerback Caleb Farley, his house exploded in North Carolina. And sadly, somebody has passed away. How? I mean, I don't. Again, this was just sent to me as the music was starting. But that's just some really sad news. What do you know about this whole situation?
John, I know exactly what you know.
That the man's house just exploded?
Killed his father is what I'm seeing on from WSMV.
Oh, that is so sad.
And where's WMSMV? Nashville, I guess?
Man, I don't know, man. Hey, man, I don't know, but at least you gave him some love.
They are in Nashville.
Dude, look at you.
Shout out Nashville.
I like Nashville.
I do too.
Man, you know, there was like a lot of hate back in the day for Nashville and Memphis.
His father and one other person was inside.
Bro, this thing is leveled. Like completely, like I'm looking at it right now. The home.
Yeah, no, that's what an explosion will do.
I don't understand though. Like, did somebody shoot it with a missile? Like, this doesn't make sense. A house is just going to explode.
I would doubt somebody shot it with a missile.
I mean, I don't know. World's gone completely bug wild, man. Somebody might be like, okay, here it is. I finally found it. It says
there was a reported gas smell.
The ATF and the fire marshals are investigating this. Witnesses say they smell gas coming from the rubble.
That's what I just said.
And, yeah, man, damn, dude. He just bought this May of 2020 for $2 million, and the damn thing blew up, and his father passed in it. This is just very, 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 very sad news.
Very sad story, but
tragic
it
situation.
reminds me of one of my favorite stories from my existence. So my grandparents.
Hold on. This reminds you of your favorite story.
One of my favorite stories, John.
Okay.
Maybe not my favorite. One of my favorites.
Hell
Now,
of a
very sad.
segue.
I don't want to say anything. Very sad for Caleb Farley. I hope may his father rest in peace. I hope they find comfort. I'll be praying for them. But when I was in middle school, I guess. So my grandparents lived in Cordova, and when they passed away, we still owned their house, and so we rented it out for a while. And one morning at like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, my dad gets a phone call from the lady who was living in the house and was like, I'm hearing a bunch of gunshots, like all this stuff, yada, yada, yada. Like it sounds like there's a war outside. My dad was like, holy cow. All right, well, have you called the police? She was like, yeah. They said they're on the way, yada, yada, yada. He was like, okay, well, just let me know what happens and whatever.
I can tell you, he didn't stay on the phone and try to comfort her.
I don't know. It was
Did he try to, like, hey, let me teach you a little jujitsu over the phone?
I don't know, John. It was 4 o'clock in the morning. I wasn't awake. I was getting this story secondhand. So the next morning, he goes over there, and there's a bunch of just, like, bullet shells and everything all around the yard and stuff like that. I ended up going over there with him again in the afternoon, and it was crazy. So turns out the neighbor had a shed in his backyard and was making military-grade ammunition in his shed in his backyard, and there was a storm the night before, and it got struck by lightning. And you hit something with gunpowder and all that stuff with a bolt of lightning, and I mean bullets just flying everywhere. And I mean I think part of half of the wall in my grandparents' house caught on fire, and they had to put it out. It was crazy. I mean, and I'm talking massive bullets on the ground when I got there. It was crazy. It was one of the craziest things I've ever. I don't think anybody knew he was doing that in his backyard. You're definitely not supposed to do that in the shed. It was crazy. It was wild. Nobody was hurt though. Thank God.
Luckily, nobody was hurt. It's an absolute miracle. Now, wow, little segue. We are talking a little NFL football again. The sad news: the Titans cornerback. By the way, Caleb Farley actually did play high school football. I mean, it played quarterback in high school football. 124 career touchdown passes for the man. So he used to be able to sling that junk around. Again, his 6,300 square foot house has been completely leveled. Send thoughts and prayers with the Fairley family. Now, last night we did have a little bit of preseason football, and if you're a gambler, it was insane, bro. It was insane. Ravens 28, Commanders 26. Ravens minus 1.5.
Good game.
Fourth down. Jacob Fromm. It looks like he's not going to have not going to be able to lead the Commanders to a game-winning touchdown drive to win the game and walk that bad boy off. Nope. It's fourth down. He's going to be screwed. Nope. Never mind. It works out because on a double move, my man just straight up went out there and just started holding. That was just a horrible play by the defense. If you had Baltimore minus 1.5, I know you were screaming at the television. You wanted to cry. I mean, it was 4th and 11, and you had a defensive pass interference call on their cornerback Mayfield, young guy. But my goodness, Fromm threw a deep pass, holding call, double move. He took a shot, and the next thing you know, he dinks and dunks all the way down. And that big old kicker, like the dude's named Sly, kicked a 49-yard field goal. Baltimore goes from cashing the check, minus 1.5, and winning you money, to losing and ending their 24-game preseason win streak. Commanders celebrated beating the Ravens last night and ending that streak like they had won a very, very important game. I guess it did mean something, actually, a little bit even more to the Commanders and the Ravens, that weirdo streak.
Yeah, no, the Commanders definitely wanted to win that game last night.
They wanted to win
100%.
that game. They were all in on it. And by the way, I do have to say, though, is it me or does Sam Howell have a hose?
No, he looked good.
I mean, he gets the ball out of his hand extremely quick. He's very accurate. He looks like he can see down all over the field. I mean, I'm looking at everything from Sam Howell, and I'm actually liking it. I thought they'd lost their mind. You know what I mean? I was like, dude.
Well, not many options on that roster for quarterbacks.
I mean, this dude's 22 years old. I mean, there's not a lot of options, but it's because I think that they feel like they have their dude.
Well, let's not forget, John. Before his junior year, Sam Howell was a projected first-round pick. So, I mean, a lot of people have thought this guy has something there.
Dude, I would say one thing. I thought he looked really good. I can't believe I'm saying I like this, but the one thing that's a big concern, did you see Terry McLaurin?
Yeah, no, that was scary.
Turf toe, it's already come out today.
Oh, well, that's
the X-rays are out. The X-rays are negative, but he has been diagnosed with turf toe. Having turf toe before even week 1, though, is pain in the you-know-what, because that can linger and bother you for a long time. If you ever had turf toe, it hurts like hell.
Sure does.
I mean, yes, you can go out there and manage the pain and play, but
the great thing about when I got turf toe in high school is I wasn't playing anyway, so
it was all right.
It was fine. I mean, it didn't bother me standing on the sidelines cheering and giving high fives. Oh, my stat lines were great. 10 high fives, couple dozen hand claps. Oh, great. There we go, boys.
I will also say Washington, the Eric Bieniemy offense, I think is going to be pretty interesting with Sam Howell if McLaurin's healthy, because Jahan Dotson looked extremely good. They got a decent little squad, and that defense is legit. So, I mean, everybody, whenever you talk NFL and you talk NFC East, it's the Eagles, it's the Cowboys. Heck, people even still talking about the Giants because they made the playoffs last year. Commanders are being overlooked. That win total looks pretty interesting to me. And then speaking of win totals, do you know which two teams have the bet on the most for the under win total in the NFL right now? It's a weird – I don't know. If you get both teams, I'm going to be shocked.
Washington?
Nope.
Rats. 2 more guesses here. Okay, so it's not Washington. Who else is just going to be awful this year? Carolina. After watching that offensive line the past 2 weeks, if they're not the most bet-on team for the under, they should be. That offensive line stinks.
It is pathetic, and you got a little bitty guy, Bryce
You do.
Young,
I feel
like
so bad for Bryce Young. I don't know, John. I'm stumped.
Those are pretty good guesses, but this is the interesting thing.
Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay. Got to be in there.
No,
Baker Mayfield is your quarterback.
Going to be
please.
The starting quarterback. I feel you on that one. Interesting thing, though, It's both New York teams, the Jets and the New York Giants.
Can I try
was
again?
watching like a little not daily wager. What's the one with crazy, the guy Jay loves so much on VSN?
Mad Dog. Oh, Greg Peterson.
Greg Peterson.
Yeah.
Watching crazy Greg Peterson at midnight. You know,
I thought Greg was in hibernation.
No, Greg. He was doing a little something.
Greg never sleeps.
He does. I was going to say this guy's always doing something. Could have been on his Twitter. I don't know. But the point was, Greg Peterson was like,
I think he does a little extracurricular, if you know what I mean.
Man, I can't tell if he's doing a bunch of yay.
I think so.
Or if he's just
got to. You're not
born
sleeping.
that way.
Nah,
yeah.
I think he's doing
But every once in a while,
some.
every once in a while, I'll see the dude eating steak. So I don't know. He drinks also a lot of beer. But anyway, Greg Peterson's a gambling machine. And he says that the most handle that Vegas has received this year on the under bets, over and under, is both the Jets and the New York Football Giants.
Well, now I'm curious of what these lines are set at.
I'm also curious, is it like the one New York team betting against another New York team, or is it just everybody else in the country doesn't like New York?
Betting and going against each other? That'd be great.
It is. It was a very little small, interesting tidbit that came in that I thought was interesting. Now, another thing I found fascinating is the whole Atlanta Falcons situation with them taking Bijan Robinson in the first round. Like, Jalen Carter for the Philadelphia Eagles looks like he's going to be a absolute wrecking machine. Like, this dude looks like he's going to have Pro Bowl after Pro Bowl after Pro Bowl after Pro Bowl after Pro Bowl. Like, he looks bad to the bone. They took a running back. Do you take a running back if you actually knew that somebody like Jonathan Taylor is now, by the way, the Colts are saying that they're opening up for him to find a trade partner and go ahead and get rid of him. They're looking for a second-round pick and a later pick, or maybe a first-round. They're not going to get a first-round pick for Jonathan Taylor. But would you rather give up a second-round pick if you're Atlanta and get Jonathan Taylor and maybe take a Jalen Carter to help shore up that defense that had more holes than Swiss cheese? Or do you need that other running back? So I don't know. I keep looking at that pick for Atlanta. Like, I know Arthur Smith wants to run the damn rock, but I feel like Robinson was a bad pick. And I understand you got Desmond Ridder, and what's the young quarterback's best friend?
They're tight end.
Yeah, I agree with that. But they'll say running back, you're going to turn around and hand the ball off. Man, right now, how about like if you don't have to score 40 points to win a football game? That would also help. I don't know. I don't like that pick. And, again, Jonathan Taylor is open. Anybody can go get him. I have no idea where he's going to go.
I don't think anybody's going to go get him.
Oh, BS. Somebody's going to go get him for a second-round pick.
Who? You know, I've only thought of one team that I think would actually make a run at him.
Shoot.
Because think about it. I think you have to be in two camps if you're actually going to go out and trade. Because here's the thing. I mean, we can sit here all day and say they'll take this, they'll take that, they'll take that. I mean, the reporting that came out yesterday said they either want a first-round pick or draft picks that would, or something that would equate to a first-round pick.
Second, fourth-round pick.
But I mean, John, we can say that. But I mean, will the Indianapolis Colts say that equates to a first-round pick? I mean, it's really in the eye of the beholder.
Well, they're obviously going with Anthony Richardson, so they're obviously wanting to acquire picks.
So
Jonathan Taylor, they don't want to pay him big bucks. They're going to lose him at the end of the year because he's going to be a free agent anyway. And if he refuses to pay in his fifth-year option with the team, like I totally get why, if you're the Colts, you just want a little bit back. Again, you're not going with Gardner Minshew, who gives you the best opportunity to win. You're going with Anthony Richards, who started 13 games in college.
So I think if you're a team that's going to trade for Jonathan Taylor, I think you're in one of two camps. I think you either need a running back.
Buffalo Bills got Jonathan Taylor, I would put Buffalo Bills.
Sure, Buffalo Bills would be in that. Yeah,
a team that right now could actually go win a Super Bowl because they don't have a running back to help out Josh Allen.
So they're in there.
I would say Buffalo Bills is the best team. I mean, it would be the best fit.
I think there's another team that would be a really good fit that I've seen are actually interested in him. I'd say you're in two camps if you're going to trade for Jonathan Taylor. I think the first one is you feel like if you add a running back, you're a Super Bowl favorite. So I think the Bills would be in that camp.
Bills are definitely
I think the Dolphins could be in that camp.
They could too.
And that's the team that I've seen have actually come out and said that they're interested in acquiring him. I think the other camp is if you think you can lock him up on a long-term deal, which I think is a little tougher than just going out and saying I think we can add him for a year and be a Super Bowl contender. But really bad spot for Jonathan Taylor to be in because I mean we've seen how the value for running backs has gone way
you know
down
what?
over the last couple of years.
But you are 100% right. Go look at what the Jets, they went in there and added Dalvin Cook. The Patriots went out there and added Zeke. Elliott. They've got Stevenson. The Dolphins, they need somebody.
And the Dolphins were they were super close in getting Dalvin Cook.
Like Raheem Moster's aight. Wilson's aight. They did get Devin A-Chain.
But I mean, think about that offense last year for Miami when Tua was healthy was unbelievable. You had Jonathan Taylor to that offense.
That's what
Good
I'm saying.
Lord.
Like it's now like I liked Buffalo because I was thinking how just the person that I feel like is run starved is the Buffalo Bills.
Well, that's another one. I didn't even. Me and Jay
Buffalo
Morgan
and the Dolphins are both AFs. Those teams right now they could definitely use a dose of Jonathan Taylor.
Yeah, me and Jay Morgan yesterday when this news broke, we were kind of going through
Buffalo's
the teams.
James Cook, Damian Harris. And Latavius Murray.
No, they could definitely use one. We didn't come up with that one. The big one we came up with yesterday was Miami. We didn't think of Buffalo, but that's a really good one.
Yeah, I think he's definitely going to be on the move. And again, this Colts team, they got a good offensive line. They don't want to pay Jonathan Taylor. You've already heard Irsay. You know Irsay, what he says basically. He ain't changed his mind.
He said I could die.
Mm-hmm.
And the NFL would be fine.
We could both die. Nobody would even know. They wouldn't skip a beat.
Crazy.
But I will say, Jonathan Taylor bouncing up out of there makes a lot of sense. Now, we are going to take a little bit of an early break. We're coming back on the other side because, one, we have Hardwood, and it feels so good. We're going to do a little bit of Hardwood. We got some crazy stories. We got, do you know what a Human Z is?
No.
Bro, I'm going to tell you about it on the other side. This is something that crazy people did. Like, everybody says we're crazy now. Man, way back in the day, man, 1920s and 30s, some people did some crazy stuff. We'll talk about the Memphis Tiger tickets. You turned off my microphone, didn't you?
I was turning mine off, and I accidentally clicked yours.
That's all right. We got Will Levis, Antonio Brown, Reggie Miller. We got all kinds of things to talk about, but I want to remind you, Hotsy Pressure Washer and Detail Supplies of Memphis. They take it all off. They're the #1 cleaning and equipment provider, period. Big or small, they clean it all. Hotsy has the solution, from hot water and cold water pressure washers to industrial soaps and detail supplies. Hotsy has you covered. They got your Sports 56 fans out there. For all you listeners, you get 20% off all detail products, so don't miss out on this great deal. Call Hotsy today, 901-379-0550. That's 901-379-0550. Or visit their showroom, conveniently located at Austin P and I-40. Mr. Bryant Dacus.
Yes.
By the way, did I tell you that, you know my man that used to come up here and clean my car?
Oh, yeah.
Bruh, he's not doing it no more, man. He's done. So, like, if you need you want to start a business, go out to Hotsy.
Wow.
I will be your first client. And if you come up here to Sports 56, go out there and get all the detail supplies. Start you your own little business out at Hotsy. I'm telling you.
You know what happened?
I'll be your first customer, and then you'll get all the cars up here.
What was your guy's name that used to clean your car?
Hoover.
Hoover listened to you earlier talk to the Memphis Police Department, had to change your heart. He said,
he had to bounce,
I'm going to become a police officer.
He had to bounce, man. We'll be back in 2 shakes. We got a Hardwood because it feels so good. Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
Start your day with Sports 56 Mornings with Greg Gaston and Eli Savoy. Weekday mornings from 7 to 10, right here on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
Homer Skelton Hyundai Genesis in Olive Branch has an offer you can't refuse. They will pay you to do business with them if you want luxury. And I'm talking the Genesis G70 car. If you would love to have that kind of new technology, they will give you a $1,000 rebate when you finance with Genesis Motor Finance. In other words, they'll pay you $1,000 to do business with them, and you get brand new luxury. You can't beat it. That's Homer Skelton Hyundai Genesis, right at the corner of Craft Road and Highway 78 in Olive Branch. Homer Skelton Hyundai Genesis in Olive Branch, where customer retention is amazing. There's a reason. They take care of you with a team that's been together for a long time. Whether it's finance or whether it's service, you can't beat them. Homer Skelton Hyundai Genesis.
Did you know a percentage of accidents are because people are texting and driving at the same time? If you've been hit by a driver texting and not paying attention to the road, call the law offices of Arthur Horn III. You probably know them for their big cases, but they know your case is big too. Let them represent you. Join the winning team at the law offices of Arthur Horn III. Call today, Arthur Horn III, 901-331-1816. That's 901-331-1816. And please, don't text and drive.
Drive like a pro and support a great cause during the sales drive at Landers Ford in Collierville, Landers Ford South in South Haven, and Landers Ford North in Covington. We've provided over 100 new Fords to be driven by the pros at the FedEx St. Jude Championship. Now they're all being sold with demo prices. That's right, over 100 new Fords driven by the pros are being sold with demo pricing direct to the public. A portion of the proceeds go directly to the St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital. This is a once-a-year opportunity to trade up and drive like a pro while supporting a great cause. Visit LandersMemphis.com or come see us at Landers Ford in Collierville, Landers Ford South in South Haven, or Landers Ford North in Covington. With our Landers Easy Pass, you can get top dollar for your trade-in to help you save even more. Don't miss your chance. Reserve your demo-priced new Ford driven by a pro at the FedEx St. Jude Championship and lock in low APR financing. Remember, if it doesn't say Landers, you paid too much.
Simple, smooth, and every sip as easy as the last. Tito's handmade vodka tastes just as good with tap water as it does with your favorite mixer. Back in the day, Tito distilled, hand-bottled, taste-tested, sent to a few friends, then taste-tested again to give you the finest juice around. No frills, no flavors, no fancy labels, just the good stuff. Just Tito's. For recipes, videos, and more, visit Tito'sVodka.com. Distilled and bottled in Austin, Texas, 40% alcohol by volume, namely 80 proof, crafted to be savored responsibly.
You want the hottest summer deals in the Mid-South? We got it at Gossett Kia on the Pike. 41 MPG Highway, we got it in 2023 Kia Forte LXS. $249 a month, $29.99 due at signing. Get SUV action in 2023 Nero EV Wind. 253 miles of EPA estimated range. $292 a month, $49.99 due at signing. Or 2023 Kia EV6 Wind with up to 134 city, 101 highway MPGe. Only $425 a month, $49.99 due at signing. All 36-month leases. Plus, Kia's 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. Ask for Bobby J. He's ready to put you in a new Kia today. Gossett Kia, 1900 Covington Pike, or online, KiaCovingtonPike.com.
If you want it, we got it at Gossett Motor Cars.
All 650 acquisition fee, 30,000 miles, 20 cents excess mileage. Forte PE 659,993. MSRP 22,540. Nero P501 5237. MSRP 41,390. EV6 P560 3393. MSRP 50,200. Includes all rebates and incentives. Must finance through Hyundai. Excludes tax and license with approved credit. See dealer for details. Offer valid through 9/5/23. Dealer stock only. Warranties and limited powertrain warranty. See Kia.com or retailer for details.
Listen each and every Sunday morning at 10 a.m. and join Ottawild Presbyterian Church for worship. Ottawild is a PCUSA church located in Midtown Memphis.
There's an institution in East Memphis that I love talking about. It's the Spirit Shop at 4848 Poplar Avenue, right down the street from Clark Tower, and it looks like a log cabin. It's been around Memphis since 1969 with a family-owned, friendly, knowledgeable sales staff that is just a wonderful place to go. I love going in and talking wine or bourbons, and they've got such great selection. So if you've not visited the Spirit Shop in a while, it's been remodeled. You'll love what you see when you need spirits. Tell Eddie Wollo said hello.
Nestled in the heart of East Memphis, located corner of Park and Cherry, is a beautiful residential neighborhood. I'm here at Town Village Audubon Park interviewing a new resident, Carolyn. Share with us why you chose Town Village.
Well, if your parents or special friends need to make that big move, let me share with you my experience. It was tough for me to leave home, but then I discovered Town Village. I would like to highly recommend Town Village to you and your loved ones. After looking at all the amenities and meeting all the people and staff, I was hooked. From restaurant, bistro, 3 meals per day, housekeeping, transportation, security, health care, physical therapy, exercise room, and even a heated pool and spa. Come see us and make your new home at Town Village.
Visit us and call Daniel at Town Village Audubon Park at 901-374-7342. There's no place like home, Town Village.
A new era in public safety begins with you. Be the change you want to see. Join us for the Memphis Police Department Hiring Expo, Saturday, August 26, 2023, from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. at 170 North Main Street downtown. We'll be taking applications, performing basic testing, and interviewing candidates on site. Free parking will be located at Poplar Avenue and Front Street. Salary starting at $60,700. Benefits include a $15,000 sign-on bonus, up to $10,000 relocation assistance. For more information or details, visit joinmpd.com.
Today, I consider myself the luckiest man on the face of the earth.
Now, back to Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. This hour is brought to you by Tito's Vodka. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to Little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy Johnny Radio. Brian Dacus is hanging out with me. It is a beautiful Tuesday here in the Mid-South. We got football coming up. Week 0 is almost upon us. I cannot wait for a little Saturday. You know what I'm going to do on Saturday?
What you going to do on Saturday?
I'm going to party all day.
Yeah, you are.
I'm going to watch football. I'm going to eat some good food. I'm going to drink me some what? Some Tito's. It's the best. And if you're going to watch the best sport in the world, you got to have the best spirit in the world. And that's Tito's Handmade Vodka, which is crafted and distilled in the United States, down in Austin, Texas. I'm telling you, it's delicious. It's got a very unique flavor because they 6 times distill it, then still it in classic copper pots. And again, that's what gives it its unique flavor, slightly sweet with that black pepper note balancing everything out. You could be crafting a cocktail. You could be drinking it neat. I'm telling you right now, get your Tito's on today. And if you're out there struggling, don't freak out. Don't fret. If life handed you lemons, well, just make a lemon drop, but always make sure it's with Tito's Handmade Vodka. Let's go to Hardenwood.
This is Access Hardenwood.
All right. Do you remember Sha'Carri Richardson?
Oh, yeah.
The lady it was so sad, especially for somebody who is always a friend of the cannabis industry. Did you know that I'm a friend?
Oh, John, I knew you were a friend.
I'm a big-time friend. By the way, Speaking of Tito's, did you know what else you can get when you go to the liquor store now? And cannabis?
Oh yeah. The Eggo Waffles just came out with a liqueur that tastes like waffle. It's like drinking waffles and maybe bacon or something like that. Oh,
that sounds really weird.
Also,
but it's got booze in it?
It's a liqueur. Also, Dunkin' Donuts is coming out with spiked iced coffees. I don't know if they're out yet, but they're coming out. Oh, yeah.
Spiced iced coffee.
Spiked. So it's iced coffee. It's in a can. It's iced coffee. But it's got alcohol in it. Well, was that the answer to your question?
No, it wasn't, but that's such good to know. So I went to my little local liquor store, and I got me a big old bottle of Tito's. And then I noticed, guess what they had also in the liquor store?
What's that?
They have Tipsy Tabs.
I'm not familiar with them. Can you care to explain?
Yes, they are awesome. You can take a half a tab. You can take a whole tab. You can take 3 tabs. Hell, you can take 4 tabs. Each tab has 25 milligrams of, oh yes, that's right, a little Delta action. Delta 8, it has Delta 9, it has Delta 10, it has HHC in it. So basically, if you want to get just a little tipsy, take 1. You want to get a lot of tipsy, take 2. If you want to get tipsy out your mind, man, take 3 or 4. And you can get these in the liquor store. So I can go get my booze and my cannabis all at the same time. And it's Tito's and it's Tipsy Tabs.
Wow, that's fantastic, John. I know you're excited about that.
Life is good.
I'm guessing you bought some while you were there when you saw them.
Dude, check out the package in my hand. Oh, and by the way, they're healthy.
Sure do.
They're healthy because they have no sugar, no calories, no artificial colors, no artificial sweeteners, no dehydration, no hangover, keto-friendly, vegans, nut-free, and gluten-free. Yeah, man, this stuff is the bomb diggity.
Why'd you laugh when you said nut-free?
It was Because I'm a childish moron.
Did I miss something? There's a lot of people out there with nut allergies.
I do have Paige Spreenak on my video. But what was I talking about that made me think of Tipsy Taps? I was talking about weed, wasn't I?
No, you were talking about Tito's, I think.
I was talking about
don't know
Tito's.
what you're talking about.
Well, I kind of interrupted my story because I got really excited about
That's
something.
okay. Maybe you remember it. What's your next story?
Well, I did mention Paige Spreenak.
You did.
She suffered a wardrobe malfunction. Is that what we call them?
I guess. I mean, I don't know what you're talking about. I guess so.
And she's on the TikTok, and she left it up and just said, you know what? Let me wardrobe malfunction, young fellas.
What happened?
She just kind of was like doing her shot, and then when she bent over to pick up her ball, like her entire butt showed. It was, I mean, it's
interesting.
Good TikTok material.
I guess so. I mean, if it's literally her bare buttocks, they'll probably be taken down by TikTok.
I mean, well, that's the whole thing. Well, no, there's like a little G-string, so they do have a little string. But here's the reason I bring that up is well, because I follow Paige and I just saw that. But it made me feel like that one girl. Did you hear about the young lady who she had to open an OnlyFans account because she was sending nudes for anybody who would send money to the fires out in Maui.
Oh. There was another person that did that. Oh, it was back when COVID was like a big deal, and some chick said that she would send nudes to whoever could prove they got a COVID shot.
Yeah, she kind of screwed that one up. But the point is, this person got taken down. She's a sweet girl. Her name is Mariah Casilius. Okay? She goes by, on her social media, she goes by Lava Girl. Okay? Now,
get an original name.
Hey, no, she's
Shark
from,
Boy and
she's
Lava
from,
Girl was great.
What is Lava Girl?
Shark. I mean, there was
Shark
a movie
Boy?
in 2005 called The Adventures of Shark Boy and Lava Girl.
Are you serious?
It was one of my favorites as a kid.
Well, maybe she's the Lava Girl.
No,
Like maybe she's in Lava Girl. I mean, well,
Taylor Dooley is Lava Girl.
Well, okay, well, I didn't
Taylor
know that.
Lautner, Shark Boy.
Well,
George Lopez is Mr. Electric. Oh, it's a great movie.
Well, you know how like there's those devastating, horrible, just terrible fires out there in Hawaii. And I believe it's Maui. It's terrible. Terry, it's Maui. Yeah, I know it's Maui. It's terrible, man. Just I don't even want to think about it. But this lady has already raised $10,000.
What's her name again?
Her name is Mariah Casilius.
How you spell that last name?
Kisillas.
Okay.
And again, LavaGrll, Lava Girl. That's her social media. Anyway, you can find her. Oh, do you have your OnlyFans account open? Is that what it is?
I don't have an OnlyFans account, John. I was just saying if I could find anything about this.
Oh, you can easily find about it because GoFundMe stopped her money, and they weren't going to let her have the money, like $10,000 that she raised. So they finally got a little pressure. They've sent the $10,000 to Maui, but now she opened up an OnlyFans account. And she's still doing the same thing on OnlyFans. Go to Lava Girls. Every picture you get, the proceeds go and help those who've been devastated in the pictures of
What a
fire
great
in Miami.
cause.
So, again, she's putting her work in, and I appreciate that. And I always want to bring those out there, like the local heroes who are out there putting in that work. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you gotta help. Speaking of help, you can help this week. You can help your life by finding a great new job. Do you know where you can find that great new job, Mr. Dacus? 170 North Main Street on the 26th, week 0, starting at 11:30. Go to joinmpd.com. Bring your license. Get on down there. Check it out. There's an amazing career for you. They start you out at $54,000. Are you kidding me? You get raises every 2 years. So 170 North Main Street here in Memphis. Join the Memphis Police Department. Now, Mr. Jay Morgan, do you know what
I'm not Jay Morgan. Let's get something straight. We're in hour number 2 of the show. I'm not Jay Morgan.
That was an accident. And by the way, speaking of the MPD, if Antonio Brown was in here doing an interview, do you know they'd have to arrest him?
Why, he's got a warrant out or something?
He's got a warrant out for his arrest.
What's new? It feels like he always has a warrant out.
Do you know what he's got to pay? You know he's got a warrant for?
Whatever happened to when he barricaded himself in his house when he had a warrant?
I don't know.
But I felt like nothing ever came from that.
No, he eventually turned himself in.
Interesting.
Well, he has a warrant out for his arrest because he won't pay his damn child support. My man's driving like a $200,000 car, always got the bling, and always rapping about his money because now he's not a football player. somehow he's out there doing songs. I mean, is he any good? I mean, his dance was good with the little fingers. Remember his little finger dance?
Yeah.
Like that worked. I saw that song.
I can't
It was all
sing
basically
his,
on the finger
his great
dance.
song, but it was. You
thought it was good?
wasn't very good, but it was
very
catchy.
good. It was catchy.
Oh yeah.
Well, anyway, he's not paying the child support, so he's got an arrest warrant out for him right now. So that's just pretty sad. And speaking of also cops, I got another story. Did you see them clowning in Atlanta yesterday?
Yeah, that was crazy.
The guy was doing the donuts.
That was
there was
insane.
cars everywhere. And this young. I mean, he looked like a young dude, didn't he?
He looked like he's probably like 24, 25.
He was doing donuts in the middle of the street. Guess what happened?
Man, they came in and got him.
He lost a little control. Cops came in there. He tried to take off, and he ran over a couple people.
Sure did.
Like, bro.
And then they
to get away from doing donuts.
Yeah.
By the way, you would have got a ticket. Maybe you would have gotten arrested for a little menacing. You'd been out in 8 hours, man. No big deal. Now you ain't getting
like
out,
you said,
homie.
young kid. He was probably, stupid decision. Then he saw cops and he was like, "Oh man, I got to get out of here."
Yeah,
this
but
is awful.
did you see all those people? How was
Yeah.
he not going to hit somebody?
Because he's stupid.
If you hadn't seen anything, just go to your little search thing and do clowning in
But
Atlanta.
they did the pit maneuver on him, and
Oh
which
yeah,
is very
That
risky
cop,
with
by
so
the
many
way,
people around.
Dude, he did the little where you take out the back end
Yeah,
of it.
the pit. He pitted him. Yeah.
Dude, that was amazing.
It was, and
that
then
was some serious good
he
maneuvering.
yanked him out of his window and arrested him on the hood of his cop car. It was a crazy video.
It was a great video. Did you have anything that you wanted
John,
to drop out?
I have two stories. I'll let you choose which one goes first. I've got a story about a dog. I have a story about a stripper. Which one do you want first?
Oh my gosh. Two things that I love, huh? Do I love? You know what?
You'll get the dog one
I'm in
first.
a relationship.
You'll get the dog one first. Good answer.
And I love my dogs more than
Good answer.
anything.
Good answer.
So I'm going to go with the dog. But I will
Good
tell
answer.
you. I'll leave it at never mind. You can fill in the blanks.
Okay.
Hey, don't you love it? Don't you love a? Never mind.
A Boston man was about to get married. Congratulations to him. And they were going to have their wedding in Italy, or I guess are having their wedding in Italy, which seems like a lot of people have been going to Italy. I've been trying to learn Italian because I would like to one day go to Italy. But
How are you doing on Italian?
Not very good. I got mad at. You ever heard of that Duolingo?
Nope.
It's like an app where you can.
But I do know they have Google Translate. Did I tell you
Right.
about how I learned about Google Translate?
No.
So when all the Wander Franco stuff was going
You
down,
had to use Google
I got
Translate
on the
because all of it
social
was
media
in the Dominican Republic.
Yeah, and I didn't know what they were saying back and forth. So I just copy and pasted, and it tells you what's going down.
First time you learned about Google Translate?
Well, I mean, yeah, it's not like I've been taking a Spanish class.
Google
or something,
Translate got
homie.
me through high school and college.
Well,
when
we
I
didn't
took
have that.
Foreign languages.
I had to suck up and kiss butt back in the day when I was growing up.
So there's
to
this-
get through.
There's
foreign
this
language
app
class.
called Duolingo, and it's what it is you. There's also there's like 2 or 3 apps like this, but I got Duolingo, and what you do is you download it, you pick what language you want to learn, and then they give you like these games and stuff that you can play to like learn a new language. And so I picked Italian. I had like a 7-day free trial of their premium account.
So for only 7 days.
No. You can do it. You can do it for it's free,
Oh,
but
for the
with
first
their
7
like
days.
No. It's free all the time. But you can get like their premium deal, and like because since it's like supposed to be like a game, with the free version you like lose lives when you get something wrong or like different things, or you can only do this amount of like exercises per day. But with the premium option, you can do unlimited. And so it was like a 7-day free trial. So I was like, fine, I'll do it, and I'll cancel it after 7 days. I think it was 14 days. And so I get the premium trial. They literally tell me when I do the 14-day free trial, we will send you an email the day before your account is up for renewal. They did not send me an email, so they took $120 out of my bank account for a year-long subscription. And so now I have a year-long subscription for Duolingo, and I've been boycotting them. I've been protesting. I've been saying I'm not using your stupid app, but I was trying to learn
I'm
Italian.
going to help you out, buddy. Are you ready for this?
Sure.
In life, there are no mistakes. It's only winning and losing.
Well, I lost that one.
Winning and learning.
Well, we learned from that one.
You might have learned, but
Don't
there's
trust
another
technology.
lesson.
What's that?
Obviously, the universe wants you to learn Italian.
So maybe I'll just learn Italian.
So since you got it for a year, they took $1.20 from you.
Then I'll learn Italian. Great point, John.
Get it
now
done,
that
son.
I pride myself as being a glass half full type of guy. That was a glass half full approach, John. But anyway, this couple they're gonna get married in Italy. Well, they were gonna go over there about 2 weeks early to get everything prepared, make sure everything's good for their big day. Well, they get up, they're getting ready to go to the airport to go to Italy,
and they forgot the ring.
The man goes, well, where's my passport? I got to get my passport.
Oh, no.
He goes, he starts looking for his passport, can't find it. Dog ate the passport.
What?
He finds the passport. It's a little nibbled on. You know how dogs do. It's chewed on. So he's like, this is fine. This is perfect. So he starts looking through it. He's like, this looks good. It's fine. They go to the airport, hands it to the TSA attendant or whoever while he's trying to board the plane. He goes, sir, what is this? And he goes, my passport. He goes, this page isn't here, this page isn't here, this page isn't here, this page isn't here, this page isn't here. He goes, what do you mean? Literally, every important page that was in his passport that he needed was gone. All the pages left were like throwaway pages that he didn't need. I think the dog knew. Dog didn't want him to go to Italy. Or dog didn't want him to get married to this woman.
Actually, I think it might be he didn't want him to get married. I mean,
smart dog.
Speaking of that, dude, did you see on social media all the little girls in Cincinnati are going crazy?
They got Ellie Mania too?
No, because Joe Burrow got engaged.
Oh, man.
Like, bro, I don't understand it,
Melinda's
man.
not going to like to hear that.
Oh,
that's
man,
my girlfriend, by the way.
Yeah, but I know, man. I know that her hall passes with Joe Burrow. A lot of ladies.
I don't know. In terms of NFL players, it's either Joe Burrow or Jake Fromm. She loves her some Jake Fromm. Oh, boy.
Jake Fromm, really? The former Georgia quarterback? The third string?
Jake Fromm's a very attractive man.
Tell her to do me a favor and go with the starter, okay?
Yeah, no, one day I
actually go with the second best quarterback maybe in the NFL.
One day we put on a random NFL game and she was like, is Joe Burrow playing? Yeah, who told you about Joe Burrow? Where did you learn about Joe Burrow? What's his name? Who's this man you've been seeing? She was like, no, silly. I saw him on TikTok. He's beautiful. I was like, you're right about that. He is a good-looking man.
All the girls are very upset that he's engaged. But I will say also, because you were talking about a wedding, like, do you find it weird? Like, why would you get married if you're young, rich, and you're the quarterback of the Cincinnati Bengals? Do you know what I'm saying?
He was probably in love, John.
Oh, please, dude. Man, I don't know if you know this. Like,
you're only young and rich once, Joe. What are you doing getting married, idiot?
Most people don't get the opportunity to be a NFL
You
quarterback.
might be smart on the field, but off the field, good grief.
Buku cash. And good looking. Like that dude, he hits the trifecta.
It was those concussions he got last year.
Every father, like if you came home with Joe Burrow, you'd be like, dude, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you're like, come on.
Yeah, unless
like
you're an Alabama fan.
Yeah, well, anyway, I just don't get it. Poor Joe Burrow. Poor ladies, I'm so sorry for all of y'all out there. Now, we're going to take a quick timeout, but first and foremost, last thing I got to tell you. Did you see what Will Levis just got a lifetime contract with?
Gross mayonnaise.
Dude, Hellman's mayonnaise.
Because he puts mayonnaise in his coffee.
It's disgusting. He says he also puts mayonnaise on all of his cold cuts. He says his chicken nuggets. Chicken nuggets, his French fries. He puts mayonnaise on everything. How's he not fat? And by the way, Hellman's, are you a Hellman's or are you a Duke's guy?
I don't eat mayonnaise, John.
I don't dig mayonnaise all that much. But, like, there's a couple of things. Like, chicken salad has to have mayonnaise.
I don't eat chicken salad either, John.
No, come on now. Chicken salad's fire, bro.
John, you could go down a list of probably, like, 150 foods, and I'll probably say I don't eat any of them.
So you just eat Chick-fil-A every day?
Yeah, pretty much.
Well.
It's what I'd like to do, at least.
My kinfolk, James Harden, by the way, is going to not be able to afford as much Chick-fil-A because you know he likes fast food as well. Because he's kind of fat.
Wow, are you comparing me to fat James Harden?
No, you're skinny. I don't get it. I don't know how you stay skinny eating fast food all the time. Well, you are 23.
23, yeah.
Look at this guy over here with the big brain. Well, James Harden got a $100,000 fine for saying that he wouldn't play with the Sixers. Not for calling Daryl Morey a liar, but saying he will not play for the 76ers. Wow. $100K, so he can't buy more Chick-fil-A. On the other side, we got our bets for the day. Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
Be sure to follow us at Sports56 WHBQ on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube to watch live video of our shows, stay up to date with station events, and have chances to win prizes. Don't miss out on anything that's going on. Follow us at Sports 56 WHBQ.
Attention, everyone. Family Leisure needs your help clearing out their inventory. Let me say that again. Family Leisure is needing your help to clear out their inventory. And to do so, there are tons of great deals throughout the store. For example, all do-it-yourself pools are $1,000 off. Special 24-foot round pools for less than $2,000. Select play gyms, only $18.99. Hey, if you need patio furniture, they have patio furniture that's now up to 30% off. Spas are in stock. They're up to $1,200 off. Now listen up, because I'm only going to say this once. 24 months, same as cash financing, is now available through this sale. Family Leisure needs your help clearing out their inventory, so come and do your part at Family Leisure. Whitten Road and I-40, where family and fun come together.
Hi, everyone. Greg Gaston for FanDuel. Add a little excitement to your sports watching experience by betting on all the action on FanDuel Sportsbook. There's a reason why FanDuel is America's #1 sportsbook. Their app is simple to use. They've got great odds on all different betting markets, unique fun bet types like same-game parlay, and exclusive always-on promotions such as enhanced odds boosts on the biggest events to let you get more action out of every game day. And if you win, they even get you your winnings safely in as little as 24 hours. If you've never tried FanDuel Sportsbook, what are you waiting for? Just go to FanDuel.com, use Gas Manager promo code to get in on the action. All in an app that's safe, secure, and super easy to use. Just go to FanDuel.com, again, use Gas Manager promo code to join now or sign into your FanDuel Sportsbook account. Must be 21 or over, present in Tennessee. First online real money wager only. $10 deposit is required. Refund issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets that expire in 14 days. Restrictions apply. See full terms at FanDuel.com/sportsbook. Gambling problem? Call Tennessee Redline at 1-800-889-9789.
Gas, groceries, utilities, you name it, the price of everything is going up. And if you're stuck in a bad timeshare with rising maintenance fees, the financial burden can be crushing. It is time to get your finances in order and get the real facts about that timeshare that you are stuck in and your options to get rid of it. Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, has been helping families out of horrible timeshares for over 10 years and has put together a complete timeshare exit information kit that he will send you absolutely free. To date, over 30,000 families have trusted Wesley Financial Group to help them out of financial hardship by getting them out of bad timeshares. Get the facts about how the timeshare industry works and your options for cancellation. Simply call Wesley now for your free timeshare exit kit and see how you can become timeshare free. Call 800-462-3333. That's 800-462-3333. Once again, 800-462-3333.
A new era in public safety begins with you. Be the change you want to see. Join us for the Memphis Police Department Hiring Expo, Saturday, August 26, 2023, from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. at 170 North Main Street downtown. We'll be taking applications, performing basic testing, and interviewing candidates on site. Free parking will be located at Poplar Avenue and Front Street. Salary starting at $60,700. Benefits include a $15,000 sign-on bonus, up to $10,000 relocation assistance. For more information or details, visit joinmpd.com.
Memphis football is back Saturday, September 2nd versus Bethune-Cookman at 6 o'clock. We need Memphis at our 901 game home opener as we celebrate our city and welcome the excitement of college football back to the 901. See the new Tiger Tailgate, a new team run out, the Bill Street Flippers, and more. Tickets start at just $20 to witness the 901's football team in action. Be there Saturday, September 2nd. Purchase your tickets today at GoTigersGoTix.com.
But you gotta be willing to take the hit and not pointing fingers saying you ain't where you wanna be because of him or her or anybody. Cowards do that and that ain't you. You're better than that.
Now, back to Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. This hour is brought to you by Tito's Vodka. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy Johnny Radio. Brian Dacus is hanging out with me. Thanks for being here all day long. Big thanks earlier. We talked to the Memphis Police Department. They got an expo this Saturday, 11:30 in the morning at 170 North Main Street. Go find out what it means to be part of the MPD. $54,000 starting pay. They'll help you relocate if you want to. If you want to stay where you're at, as long as you can get to work within 2 hours. Cool. Now, again, go to joinmpd.com to fill out your information. And, again, week 0 is this Saturday, that morning at 11:30. Go down to the MPD, 170 North Main Street, get you a new career. Football don't kick off until, 1:30? Notre Dame and a little Navy, baby.
Yep.
What a good weekend we got. Now, we also have some baseball. We got to help build your bankroll. Get ready for a little football. I know that it's, you know what today is, don't you?
Tuesday.
It's Free Money Tuesday. As Adam Wainwright is pitching for the Cardinals. They're in Pittsburgh playing the Pirates right now. And Pirates only minus 140. Adam Wainwright gives up a lot of runs, 3-8 on the season with an 8.42 ERA. That's extremely bad. He's been roughed up lately. I like this game. You think I'm crazy?
No, I think betting against the
Cardinals is good money.
At this point is a good idea.
Yeah.
I mean, it's literally in the field. It's literally the Memphis Redbirds playing at this point, and then just whatever terrible pitcher wants to take them out that night.
Any games that you like, by the way?
Yeah, I'm looking at this Nationals and Yankees game.
Dang, I thought you would be looking at the Diggum Mariners and the White Sox.
No, I've been so intrigued by this Nationals-Yankees game because the Yankees have been terrible.
They are terrible.
Lately, and the Nationals have been playing really good baseball, and they're playing really hard. So maybe I might take an over. I'm seeing over 4.5 on my sports book for the first 5. I think both these pitchers are going to give up runs. Carlos Rodon, since returning, 6 games, 7.33 ERA. Josiah Gray, 3.96 ERA, but in the month of August, an 11.12 ERA. So both very high ERAs. So maybe take an over in that game. Maybe if you can find at 5, maybe even 5.5. I would take it at plus money. Also, Nationals' first 5 money line is plus 150. So if you just want to fade the Yankees early, especially fading Carlos Rodon, who has not been good since returning to injury, those might be 2 looks.
He's been terrible.
And you can maybe get both of those plays at plus money. So really,
right now you can get
the
Nationals at least. You can get it right now from this one's from FanDuel. The Nationals' first 5 plus a half a run is plus 106.
Oh, I would get all over that. What is?
I like
is
that.
Is there a first 5 total on FanDuel for you?
Oh my God! I just switched over because I was looking at the Padres and the Marlins game.
Don't worry about it. I'm sorry.
I'm so sorry because I was also thinking San Diego Padres minus a half a run, minus 150 against the Marlins.
Jesus Luzardo on the mound. Oh, but Blake Snell did an interview the other night over the weekend at one of their games. I've never really heard Blake Snell do not necessarily just like a post-game interview, but just like kind of like a back and forth having fun interview. I love Blake Snell. He is fun.
I like him, too. I also was looking, the Rangers have imploded. Their bullpen, Roldis Chapman last night gave up a home run in the 8th
what
inning.
Was that?
Will Smith gave up 3 runs in the 11th inning to lose the game. The Rangers' bullpen has just been blowing things left and right. Diamondbacks have been playing pretty good baseball right now. They're fighting their little tail off for a wild card.
Zach
Rangers
Gallen
are barely
starting.
holding on to that West. They're 1.5 games up on Houston, 2 games up on Seattle. It's wild. Watch some baseball. Get out there, people. Make this world a better place. We'll see you on the flip side. Peace.
Moving is stressful, but Black Tie Moving can take the worry out of the process.